When energy that is meant for action goes to overthinking instead, it creates anxiety. The moment I understood that fact, it quite literally changed my life because, like many young adults, I was also feeling overwhelmed. I was also feeling lost. I was also feeling hopeless about the state of the world. Like, where have we got to? Where are we going? But the idea that changed my life was this: we are the anxious generation. We are a generation that is full of people feeling lost, overwhelmed, depressed, and have no idea what they're doing, where they're going, or how to take back control of their lives. And this is just not me speaking, there's data around this. You can go on the internet, find researchers that prove this exact fact. And when we are like that, when we are lost, overwhelmed, confused, anxious, how will we show up at work? How will we show up where we are demanded of professionally to deliver, to excel, to be our best selves? We cannot, right? If we are not our best selves within, how will we be our best selves outside? And that's a question that's been on my mind for a long time. Because I'm 18 right now, and I've seen a lot of people in my friend circle, a lot of people online, even myself, go through these phases. But at one point, you're full of energy, you're full of hyperactivity, you're ready to take on the world and bring it down. The very next moment, you're on the lowest low. You have no idea what's happening. The going gets tough. And that anxiety, that fear, that doubt, that confusion, that overwhelm, that stress, all of it comes together and you become lost. You have no idea what to do. And then you are stuck there. That's what a lot of young people are feeling. They think that, going to college or getting an internship or doing something on social media or just becoming a content creator will solve their problems. But more often than not, it won't. Because the problem is not in what they're doing. The problem is in what they are not doing. That's the most important thing. Because what we are doing is escaping. We are choosing the easy path. We are choosing to run away from the feelings, the doubt, the confusion in us and find something that gives us pleasure. Find something that engages us. Something that keeps us busy. But the moment that busyness goes, the moment that boredom gets in, that anxiety is on again. Because somewhere deep down we know that this is not what you're meant for. We know that we are meant for greater things. We know that we have the potential to be our best selves. But the narratives and the beliefs and the ideas that are inside our heads, well, the limit is they don't let us turn that energy in us into action. And because that action is not there, then everything else that we feel, from doubt to confusion, all of that starts popping up in the form of anxiety, overwhelm. And then we say, oh, we're the anxious generation. We have a lot of pressure. We have no idea what to figure out. We are dealing with a lot of change. See, there's so much happening in the world. How can I ever be calm? And my answer to that is, you can be if you choose to be. And that choice is what I want to discuss with you today. The reason we feel anxious is not because so much is happening in the world, but because we are aware of all of it. And there was a quote I read some time ago, and it stuck with me like really deeply. And it said, somewhere on some lonely corner of the planet, there's a fool sitting without his phone, not knowing that he should be worried. Just imagine that. The reason we are feeling this anxiety, we are feeling this confusion, we are feeling this constant state of overwhelm about the world is because we are hyper connected. We're becoming aware of every single thing that's happening in the world. And while it's good to do so, while it's good to keep that awareness, we must know where we draw that line. We must know, okay, this is it, this is the limit, because after a certain point, I cannot control where the world goes and I cannot control other people's actions. And if I spend my time and my energy and my focus worrying about things that never were in my control to begin with, how will I ever do the things that matter to me? How will I ever create the kind of life that I want? And that is the cycle a lot of people are stuck in today. They're hyper connected. Every moment anything happens in the world is fed to them. The people at these big tech companies and the people in the media know that you have a very short attention span. And the key to hacking attention spans is not to always give the facts, it's to give something that's most controversial, something that's most engaging, something that gets the most clicks. And in this race for your attention, what you're losing is not just your time, but your ability to think for yourself and your ability to make the right decisions. And that is the scary part. But the good part, the hopeful part is that you can reclaim that, you can bring that energy back to you. You can choose how you spend your time, how you spend your focus, how you spend your attention, regardless of how out of control these things might feel. Know that they are in you. Know that they are still in your locus of control. And unlike the big events happening in the world, unlike the news that's going around bombarding you and hijacking your attention, this is something you can actually control: the way you spend your attention, the way you spend your focus.